What happens when a single document, laid bare in the middle of a live congressional hearing, threatens to unravel the most powerful man in America, sends the First Lady crashing to the ground? The moment Representative Jasmine Crockett slid that birth certificate across the desk, the room didn't just go silent, it stopped breathing. The air in the House Oversight Committee chamber was thick with the usual boredom phones glowing under desks, aides stifling yawns, the low hum of disinterest. Then Jasmine Crockett adjusted her microphone, and everything changed. With the calm of a prosecutor delivering a death sentence, she said, "I'd like to enter into evidence proof that the President of the United States has been hiding a child for 13 years. The room didn't gasp, it didn't erupt. It froze, as if the oxygen had been sucked out. The birth certificate in her hand wasn't just paper, it was a lit match tossed into a room full of dynamite. No one had expected this. Not the journalists scrambling to text their editors, not the aides whose pens hovered midair, not even the committee chairman, whose face drained of color as he stared at the name on the document, Donald J. Trump. The attached paternity test, stamped with a 99.98% probability, wasn't just a legal formality, it was a grenade, with the pin already pulled. And then came the bank records, monthly payments, routed through shell companies, signed off by none other than Donald Trump Jr. The silence was so heavy you could hear the click of cameras zooming in, but the real explosion happened to floors above, where Melania Trump, poised, polished, and utterly unaware, was handed a note, mid-photo op. Those who saw her afterward said her knees buckled before she hit the ground. The First Lady of the United States collapsed in a heap of powder blue silk, her body betraying what her face had spent years masking: shock, humiliation, and the crushing weight of a lie she'd never seen coming. Jasmine Crockett hadn't stumbled onto this story by accident. 3 weeks earlier, an encrypted email had landed in her inbox. "He pays her through a trust. You'll never find it unless you know where to look." Attached was a blurry scan of a birth certificate and a child's name. What followed was a trail of money, deceit, and a mother's quiet desperation. Layla Dawson wasn't some scandal-hungry opportunist. She was a woman who'd spent over a decade in the shadows, raising a boy who played piano and asked questions she couldn't answer. The meeting in that Naples living room changed everything. Layla's hands shook as she handed over the shoebox of evidence: emails from Trump's assistant arranging discreet travel, a video of him promising you'll be taken care of in that unmistakable voice, and the final, damning piece of DNA test the boy didn't even know existed. "He deserves to know who his father is," Layla whispered, "but not if it destroys him." Jasmine left with one thought: this isn't politics. This is a child's life. The backlash was instant. By dawn, right-wing outlets were blaring headlines: Crockett's revenge plot, fake documents, fake news. Trump himself tweeted a single, furious line: witch hunt. But the evidence was bulletproof, time-stamped, notarized, and backed by a mother willing to step into the light. Then came the threats. Anonymous texts warning Jasmine to back off. A car tailing her through D.C., the noise machine was in overdrive, but it was too late. The truth was already out. And silence. Not from the media, not from the public, but from the one person who mattered most. Melania Trump's hospital statement said it all. "I will be seeking the privacy I need." No denial, no defense. Just the quiet devastation of a woman who'd been lied to in front of the entire world. This story isn't about infidelity. It's about power: who gets to hide, who gets to speak, and who pays the price. A 13-year-old boy is sitting in a Florida classroom right now, his life forever altered by a truth he didn't choose. A mother is bracing for the storm, and a president, he's counting on the noise to drown out the facts. But here's what keeps me up at night. What happens when the noise isn't enough? What do you think? Could this be the scandal that finally breaks through, or will it vanish into the political circus? Drop your thoughts below. And if you believe truth matters more than spin, hit subscribe. This is just the beginning.